Oh, we had nothing to do but watch movies.
Hey, Leanne is the original.
No, okay, so now we need another prosecutor. So everyone, we need another
Okay,
prosecutor.
that's definitely a sentiment I can co-sign, Judge.
Yeah. All right, everyone, it is 9 a.m. Happy Tuesday. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm gonna call the docket. Please stand and let me know you're here. If I don't know you're here, then I'm gonna assume you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. For all of the attorneys here who have someone who is in custody, that person's name will not be called. Be sure to ask the deputy, and the deputy will make sure that they bring those persons out for you. Attorneys, before you approach the court, if you want a case call or your case call, then you need to approach the clerk. The clerk will place the file to my left and I will go in order. So let's please try to keep the center of the courtroom not so crowded, because that makes it easier for the deputies and attorneys. If you could make sure that you don't block the deputy's view of the jury box, that will make it easier for them with regards to security. All right, Felicia Cox. Felicia Cox. All right, deputy, when Felicia Cox comes in, she's to go into the jury box. Edward Gill. Thank you. Felicia Cox, jury box. Jose Del Bosque.
With counsel, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ashley Castillo. I believe she was on the docket yesterday, was she not?
Oh, her case was dismissed.
All right, dismissed, thank you. Henry Knight. Henry Knight. Jury box. Juan Pablo Aveles.
Judge, he's present with counsel. That case got re-indicted yesterday.
All right, thank you. Dimitri Lavallee. Dimitri Lavallee. Jury box. Henry Luna III. Henry Luna III.
Oh, he stepped out, Judge. She was here.
All right, thank you. And then is Henry Luna III the same as Henry Luna? Okay, it appears that those are the same persons. Cameron Sell. Thank you. Angel Cantu.
Morning, Your Honor, is present with counsel.
All right, thank you. Hey, this is the first time I've seen you not on screen.
Yes, Judge.
I'm trying to recognize attorneys. Christopher Chandler. Thank you. Jose Garcia. Jose Garcia. Jury box. Priscilla Sosa. You need to stand when your name is called, if you are able to stand. Thank you. Broderick Wilson. Thank you. Demetric Jackson. Jury box. Brian Bonds. Thank you. Jose Garcia. Jose Guadalupe Garcia. Jury box. Chelsea Mock. Thank you. Carlos Guerra. Carlos Guerra. Jury box. Michael Trejo is in custody. Felicia Cox, jury box. Edward Gill. Thank you. Dimitri Lavallee, again, Dimitri Lavallee, jury box. And Henry Knight Jr., jury box. Is there anyone who's present and your name was not called? What is your name, sir? We'll start here.
Alex Aguilar.
Alex what?
Aguilar.
Do you have a cause number? All right, so this is what we'll do. After I get the other person, we'll have you come up and they'll check, okay? Who else? Yes, what's your name?
John Ortiz.
John Ortiz. All right, anyone else? All right, Mr. Arizola and Mr. Ortiz, if you'll come up and they'll check you to see if you're in the system. All right, everyone, please confirm. All right, who is the parties on one Aguilar? It's family violence.
I can confirm, I can talk. Whatever you
Confer with the state.
Judge, yes.
It's been Michelle. My understanding is that it got reunited.
All right, is this going to be a jury trial?
It is, Judge.
All right, Mr. Aguilar, if you'll come forward, Aguilar. How do you pronounce this last name? Aguilar.
And Judge, that was the reason for the reindictments. Things had to be cleaned up, some facts didn't match, so we had to get that clear.
All right, so do you have all the discovery?
As long as, my understanding is there's no new allegations. It's just things had to be cleared up because they didn't match the indictment. So I should have all the discovery.
Did you
Okay.
get the watch record?
Yeah, those were provided. in discovery.
Okay, it's only the thing I got. I think we got.
And has an offer been tendered since it's been reindicted?
Not specifically reindicted, Judge. It's the same offer as before. We anticipate this case will go to trial.
That's all.
All right, so
Okay, I was there.
do you, sorry.
Yes, I think they were doing the movement. They,
All right, so are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, let me give you a jury trial.
Okay, I appreciate you. So I should go to the, because I went, I did it on.
Michael, do you all know, what's the date for jury trial for you all, as far as the schedule?
What the schedule is?
No, what is the date for the state as far as jury trial? Because I want to put this on a date where there's not major cases set.
I can look and if you give me, Michelle's just running a little late this morning, but she might have something in mind.
All right, so if you'll just wait for a moment, so because I want to make sure that when you're set for jury trial, you're actually going on that day, Mr. Ellis, okay? So just have a seat.
They want to suspend your rush.
All right, so just have a seat and we'll be with you in probably 10 to 15 minutes, okay?
And Judge, I'm just gonna go to 5 and check in.
All right,
I'll
thank
be
you.
right here.
Thank you.
I don't want to waste your time. Got it. You know, we will probably talk about this. I don't know. Let me just call her real quick.
Mine?
I mean.
Garcia.
Morning.
Okay, all right. I just didn't. Correct. Yeah. Mahia. Mahia. Is it okay if I grab a chair? Yeah.
Katherine Ragsdale. Have you conferred with the state?
Yes, Jim.
And are you all ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who is the prosecutor?
Lexi, want me to get that objection?
Yes.
Yeah, what's happening?
Brennan?
He's coming.
Trying to connect. All right, let me.
Yeah, this top one is yeah, so they just get this one.
Okay, it made it.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, if everyone could please lower your voice. Court is calling 2021 CR 4630W, State of Texas versus Katherine Ragsdale. If I can have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense.
Isidro Montoya, one.
And are you Ms. Ragsdale?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Ragsdale, I'm going to show you a document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Katherine J. Ragsdale who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 4630W for the offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle on May 24th, 2021 for a term of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
On or about the 19th day of January 2022 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Katherine J. Ragsdale did then and there fail to comply with the rules and regulations of the felony drug court, and that she cut the strap of her GPS device in violation of condition number 41.
All right, how do you plead? True or not true?
True.
On or about the 19th day of January 2022 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Katherine J. Ragsdale then and there failed to comply with the rules and regulations of the felony drug court, and that the defendant absconded from the Rosetta Key House in violation of condition number 41.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
And on or about the 21st day of January 2022 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Katherine J. Ragsdale then and there failed to comply with the rules and regulations of the felony drug court, and that the defendant failed to report for a scheduled drug court hearing in violation of condition number 41.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
We'll waive the remaining two.
Any
No
objections to the state's waivers?
No objections, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violations of conditions 41, 41, and 41, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand? I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations of condition 41, 41, and 41?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find 41, 41, and 41 true. Is there an agreement?
There's Judge, we're asking that you grant the motion, adjudicate or revoke, and sentence her to 180 days in the state jail.
Is that the agreement?
That's correct, Judge. In addition, Your Honor, she completed she went to the My Health program from 9/21/21 to 1/18/22.
All right, so here's my question. Why should I give her the minimum sentence when she cut off her monitor and she absconded from the program?
Judge, she wants to just put this behind her, Judge. And move
I mean, we
forward.
all do, but she absconded from the program and she cut off her monitor.
Yes, sir.
I'm not inclined to give her the minimum sentence for doing that. So I don't know if you all want to renegotiate, you can, but I'm not giving someone a minimum sentence for cutting off a monitor, absconding from a program, and now she wants the minimum, and everybody wants her to have a judgment satisfied. That's not happening here today.
Yes, sir.
So if you all want to reconsider and renegotiate, but I'm not giving her the minimum sentence.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
How much time do you consider?
I'm sorry.
Um,
Yes. Brenda, can we go on mute, please?
Do you know how much time you will consider?
For the conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Ms. Ragsdale, you need to change your life. Otherwise, you're gonna end up back here in some other felony court, maybe this felony court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I
All right,
agree.
good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
You're
Judge. Would be excused.
Can I get a copy?
Yes,
Good.
she's supposed to have a copy of that. Can I have the parties approach on one Alvarez, please?
Go back to me.
I need a jury trial date on one Alvarez. All right, your jury trial date is July 27th.
I'm sorry. July 25th. I don't know what to do.
Judge, we talked about that. I've got a similar case in Kendall that's set for the 25th, which would be the day before. Is the court amendment? June 20th.
Give me a June date, please.
June 27th.
Yeah.
All right, so this is going to jury trial on June 27th. You need to be present and dressed for trial. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the coordinator will give you a reset form.
State's got one motion to urge, Judge.
Yes, Judge, since I re-indicted this case, I filed a motion to adopt. I believe I filed it last night, just the pleadings, motions, notices that were filed for the previous case.
All right, if you could receive that from the clerk, because I don't have those.
Okay. I'll go grab it.
Thank you.
And Judge, just so the court knows, I don't have any issues. I mean, it's just standard motion to adopt.
All right, but just wait 1 second. She's gonna grab that.
It just came up, I can hear it from my voice, which then could go.
Okay.
So I was like, oh my God. And then I heard the sentence. And I was like,
No problem. But she played through the 41, 41, and 41. All right, sure, no problem.
Who is it?
I have to send it to you.
Okay. All right, then if Ms. Hayden, with regards to that motion, the defense is saying they have no objection to it. If you could just forward it to the defense with a no objection, and I'll sign off on it.
Okay.
All right, thank you. You're excused. The parties on Jose De La Bosque. Is there Felicia Cox? Yes, you need to take a seat in the jury box. Deputy, Ms. Cox is here. Henry Knight. Dimitri Lavallee. All right, Mr. Lavallee, where's Mr. Lavallee? All right, thank you. Jose Garcia. Dimitri Jackson. All right, what is happening with Mr. De La Bosque?
We are still waiting on discovery, Judge. We're still waiting for lab reports and text messages.
So I believe the text messages are available.
Oh,
It's
they
the there was some THC gummies that were sent to the DPS lab, and we're still awaiting results on those from that analysis.
All right, so the only thing you're waiting for is the gummy?
the gummies, and it's just, if you look at the indictment in this case, Judge, it's part of it is the manner and means was used to commit the act. And so it's important for this the state's theory.
So text messages are done. You
They're
have
done. I'll
those.
check the,
They were in there when I saw.
okay, I'll double check those.
All right, so any idea when this,
I will follow up today, Judge, and then if there's not an expedite on it, I'll ask the DPS lab to expedite that as well. I don't know if the appropriate forms to get that done.
all right, Ms. Ferguson, Mr. Del Bosque. Sentence for jury trial in 2 months, please. And that will be your jury trial date, Mr. Del Bosque. Has an offer been tendered?
No, there are no offers been tendered, Judge. We don't even complete discovery.
I realized I adopted this case today, Judge, and so
Okay.
I can go through and make sure that it's. Once it's-
All right, so this is gonna be set for jury trial on July 25th. My understanding is that the discovery for the dummies will probably be in June, so you'll have that. And you are gonna have to confer off docket if there's something else that you need before July 25th, let the court know, and we will set it.
All right, Judge, thank you.
All right, so July 25th, that will be your jury trial date and also your plea deadline date.
Okay, Judge, thank you.
You'll need to get a reset form from the coordinator. Just one moment. And you need to, if you're approaching on the case, you need to get the file from the clerk.
Edward Gill. Yeah, thank you.
You need to grab a file. Every attorneys, when you want to approach, just don't approach the bench. Tell the clerk what the case is, and then they will put it to my left, and I will call your case in order.
My apologies.
No problem. Edward Gill. Where is Edward Gill?
He's here, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Gill, come forward.
Okay,
Give me a second.
that's okay.
Yes.
I just wanted to inform the court that we want to stay on the trial docket, Your Honor. And if we may be excused, or if you want us in the afternoon, or what you want.
Yes, you need to be back here at 1:30.
At 1:30. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, who are the parties on Mercado? All right, you should close. There's a rope back there.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I mean, people see a rope, but they're not paying attention to it.
I didn't know why it was there.
Yeah, for people to stand there.
Well,
Yes.
Then put a sign on here.
Yes.
My client's very hostile and doesn't want to do much me.
Oh, we're gonna do something with this case today, so,
I'm here.
all right. So you need to, have you conferred with the state?
Yes, ma'am. We have a deal.
Okay,
He just told me to drop dead, so
okay.
maybe it'd be a good idea.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 7975W, State of Texas versus Daniel Mercado. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Brittany Sparks.
for the defense?
Kirk Sherman's the defendant, and Your Honor, it may be a good idea to give him a different lawyer.
Yeah, are you Mr. Mercado?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Mercado, I'm showing you what's entitled motion to revoke community supervision and First Amendment motion to revoke community supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney and did you understand them?
No, I haven't reviewed it. with
All
my
right,
attorney,
so
nor
we're
have
gonna
she
step
confirmed.
back and you need to review those with your attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you need to review those with him. Can you resolve this? Angel Cantu.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. All right, everyone, time out. Here are the rules in the 187 District Court. Number one, profanity is not used in this courtroom. Number two, everyone will respect everyone else, even if in your heart you don't have respect for them, you will treat everyone with respect. Does everyone understand?
Yes, ma'am.
It's Tuesday. Let's keep it a happy Tuesday. Let's not turn it into a difficult Monday. So Angel Cantu. Yes.
Your Honor, we're still awaiting on discovery from Converse PD, as well as the DA sent over a protective order for the CPS records.
All right, so I just signed, I believe, the protective order on this case. Who's the prosecutor on this case? Angel Cantu?
Was the gentleman over there.
Oh, Mr. Villarreal.
Michael had been confirmed on it, but
Yes,
All right, so my understanding, they're still discovering it's from a different agency.
that's correct.
Do you know which agency again? I'm sorry.
Converse PD.
So it's Converse. Do you know or have any idea how long that would take?
yeah, Michael just CC'd me on the email.
Just so I'll know when to reset it.
I mean, I would at least a couple weeks probably, maybe 30 days just to play it safe. We're missing body worn cam, dash cam. I believe some reports.
Was there a saying or anything of that nature? Because I only know the nature of the charge. I don't know the facts.
I think they produced a SANE exam already, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, and then you, the CPS records I just signed, is there any other thing other than these that are outstanding? Do you think?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
All right. State any idea of any other outstanding?
Not asking Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Angel Cantu, can I have a 30-day reset, please? And we'll reset it for discovery just to see where we are.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay, we'll be back on June 23rd for discovery.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, here's that motion to adopt from one of you, Liz.
All right, thank you. Andrea Watson.
Present ready.
Good morning, Mr. Watson.
Good morning,
All
ma'am.
right, so we're gonna bring you back today at 1:30 for jury trial, okay? All right, thank you. Is there anything else, Mr. Callahan?
Yes, Your Honor, we have an agreement, near agreement on reinstating the bond. But it's not quite there yet.
All right, so if you want to remain and confer, you can, but his jury trial will be this afternoon at 1:30.
Thank you, Jim.
All right, so Mr. Watson, you're going to be at 1:30. There are other people set at 1:30 also, but you're on the 1:30 docket, okay?
Thank
All right, thank you. And you can continue to confer with the state. All right, Danielle Mercado. Mr. Mercado, did you have a chance to review the motion to revoke community supervision with your attorney?
No, Your Honor, my attorney cursed me. He hasn't visited within 30 days. I've mailed him a letter, I've had people call him, and I've never.
Okay, well, here's the thing, Mr. Mercado. I heard everything, right?
Right.
But my understanding is, I also was told that you said you wanted your attorney to drop that. So,
No.
well, here's the thing.
I never
Well,
said drop dead.
Time out. Here's the thing. We're starting at 0 here, right? So this is what's gonna happen. Everybody's gonna be respectful to everyone because I require that. To me, it doesn't matter if you sweep the floors, remove the cobwebs from what the spiders have made. Doesn't matter to me. Everyone deserves to be treated with respect, whether or not in your heart you think they should be or not. Fake it. You understand?
I totally understand.
All right, so here's my thing. Everyone has a role to play. My mom always told me, everybody can't be a heart surgeon. If everybody was a heart surgeon, then who's gonna bring the groceries to the market, you know?
Absolutely.
So we're gonna treat each other with respect. What's gonna end up happening is you're gonna sit in the box. Your attorney is gonna present you with the motions to revoke that the court has received. And you are gonna sit quietly over there with some chatter to go over this motion. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And then what's gonna end up happening is, if your attorney hasn't conferred with the state, your attorney's gonna confer with the state over this motion, then we're gonna go from there, okay? All right, thank you. Robert Alvarado. Robert Alvarado. Thank you. All right, so this is scheduled for jury trial.
Yes, Your Honor, we've heard, we're ready.
All right, it's gonna come back then at 1:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Ferguson Alvarado is gonna be back at 1:30 for the jury trial. Okay, all right, thank you. All right, we can continue to confer, or either he'll be sent back to come back at
You should
1:30.
be calling Mr. Salinas, Your Honor.
All right, Anthony Salinas. Yes, you're clairvoyant. You have everything down. All right, Anthony Salinas.
See, I had the one where white, one where black, so I can tell.
All right, Mr. Salinas, you're scheduled for jury trial today. All right, where are we?
Ready.
All right, we're gonna come back at 1:30. You're on the jury list, okay?
Don't be late.
Here's that one, can we follow? Oh, we follow. Sorry. The attorney for Mercado. Okay, Mercado needs to come back and confirm we have people in the box who need to be removed from the box. All right, Germanic or Kenneth Williams. Hello, Mr. Williams. All right, Mr. Williams, you're scheduled for jury trial, so we're going to bring you back at 1:30 for jury trial. All right, have you all conferred?
We have.
All right, we'll be back at 1:30 for your trial, Mr. Williams. You can recall that. Deputy Laura, I didn't know if you all wanted to clear the box for some of them, because some of them already didn't see them coming back at 1:30.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, all right, thank you. No, he needs to finish this. Yeah, tell him, no, he needs to finish this.
Yeah, no. You're good. Seven, 3, 7, 4, 8, 3.
Yes. All right, I know. This is something that we've been dealing with.
William makes us suck all the air conditioning.
We tell them over and over how hot it is in here, and they don't believe it.
Don't they know who you are?
No, they do not.
Well, maybe they do.
So have you been to New Orleans lately?
No, we had a crawfish bowl in the backyard and Susie's, that's how we got the picture.
Yeah.
Apparently they deliver. So next year, now that I'll tack on a box. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't been anywhere. We're supposed to go to Iceland. We're gonna go to Iceland. We went skiing and our oldest son got everybody sick with COVID.
Okay.
So that's all we've
Well,
got.
I'm glad he's doing better.
You know, he's in a master's program for finance, and our youngest son is graduating with a master's in accounting.
That is so awesome.
And Meredith is like, I remember when you.
Yes, I do too. And you know, that tells me that we're all getting old.
Nope.
You know what? We're not getting old, we're getting knowledgeable.
Yeah, experienced.
I like that.
Experience.
My mom said the actor on Half Gun Will Travel in an episode, he says, wisdom was forced upon me by experience and what else? I forget the second one.
Yeah, that's because you're.
Yeah, I'm yeah. Oh. Experience and time.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, all right, we're gonna call Mr. Mercado. The court is calling 2021 CR 7975W, State of Texas versus Daniel Mercado. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? For the defense? Are you Mr. Mercado?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Mercado, I'm going to show you what's entitled motion to revoke community supervision and First Amendment motion to revoke community supervision. Did you have a chance to review those with your attorney?
Yes, I did.
Are you the same Daniel Mercado who was placed on community supervision in 2021 CR 7975W for the offense of evading arrest, detention with a vehicle on August 31st, 2021 for a term of 3 years? Is that you?
That's correct.
All right, stay.
Yes, Judge, reading from the amended MTR, violated condition number 1 on or about 15th day of April 2022 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Daniel Mercado, committed the offense of possession of controlled substance PG1 in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Not true.
Okay.
That case is still pending.
Okay, Judge, that's not our.
I mean, I'm assuming your agreement was the agreement to plead true,
Yes.
and then that case will be taken into
Yes.
consideration. So if you all want to confer.
Sure.
We're gonna do this. Are you ready?
Judge, all I can do is ask for hearing whenever.
All right, so we'll, Ms. Sparks, if you can proceed on the other allegations. So you're proceeding not true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am. All the other allegations, he's willing to plead true.
All right, then let's move forward.
Or you're not. Okay.
So you're pleading not true to everything?
Answer the
Well,
judge.
yes, I mean, that's, I told my attorney I didn't want to.
All right, so what's gonna end up happening, Mr. Mercado, is you decided to plead not true. There's not gonna be this issue where all of a sudden you change your mind and we're not having hearing, or there's some sort of agreement. Do you understand? So that means if you're pleading not true, you're pleading not true. We're gonna have a hearing on that, not pleading and not true, and the state's gonna call their witnesses in. And then I'll make a decision on whether or not it's true or not true. If the state ends up proving it to be true, then I will find it true. And then the next portion will be whether or not you are continuing on probation or whether or not you're revoked. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, can we set this in 10 days for a contested hearing, please?
I can do that on June 6th in the afternoon.
All right, so we're going to be back on June 6th at 1:30 p.m. for a contested hearing.
And Judge, do you want us to go ahead and put on the record the violations and this pleas if not true? Or?
Oh, we can wait and do it on June 6th.
Okay, Judge.
All right, thank you. Can you give them a reset form? All right, they'll give you a reset form, and then I believe they're waiting for you in another court for jury trial.
My approach.
Yes.
I'm sorry for the conflict. We've never had that. And I'm
Oh,
glad-
no problem.
All right,
Thank you. Which court are they waiting for, Mr. Sherman?
227.
All right, Mr. Sherman, they're waiting for you on the 227 for a jury trial.
Hi.
All right. So, all right, I'm waiting for the email. I haven't received And can you pull this file for me, please?
Yes.
And bring that back. Thank you. Mr. Villarreal?
Yes, Judge.
I received this from the attorney. She said it was agreed order.
Yes, it is.
Is there anything, any other conditions that were previously in place?
This is the MTR, Judge, and so I think those were the only things, was no contact.
Right, thank you.
Yeah. Sorry. I wish.
Okay, I see it now.
I said it twice.
Thank you.
It's not correct. You need it correct?
No, thank you. All right, so normally my question though is how long, so that's the issue. So if you can find out for him when he anticipates, because his client is in custody. Mr. Bremer, could you review this, please? It's a violation report. If you could just look at that, I don't understand why that person is on GPS.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
let me take a look.
Roger.
Marcus said you.
No, it was on. I'm getting ready. No. And Caroline.
It's more like a haunting.
All right, and also Caroline.
Junior, are you ready? All right, the court is going to call 2022 CR 2519, State of Texas versus Leanne Lehmann. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Brittany Starks for the state.
Doug Campbell for Ms. Lehmann.
And are you Miss Lehmann?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, counsel, I'm going to show you what's entitled discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Lehmann, I'm showing you what's entitled application for community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review it with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Next, Ms. Lehmann, I'm going to show you what's entitled court admonishments and defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand your charge of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Ms. Lehmann, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived the right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 7 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. State recommends community supervision, and there's $60 restitution to Bear County Criminal Investigation Laboratory for testing. Did you understand that to be the plea bargaining agreement? Defense is at the plea bargaining agreement.
It is, Judge.
State is at the plea bargaining agreement.
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, have there been such motions?
No, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargaining agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 5 years. There be a top evaluation and 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? No contest. State any evidence?
Yes, Judge. State offer states exhibit 1 and all attachments.
Any objections?
No objections.
Ms. Lehmann, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Yes, ma'am. Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? I'm sorry? Yes, ma'am. Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand? Yes, ma'am. Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, I know this isn't my client's first felony, but she has expressed a desire to change and would greatly appreciate the court following the recommendations for community supervision.
All right, Ms. Lehmann, who is Emily Mayhew to you? My ex-daughter-in-law. Ex-daughter-in-law? Yes, my ex-daughter-in-law. When's the last time you've seen her?
It's been at least months, about 7, 8 months.
All right, do you have any children?
4.
What are their ages?
36 down to 26.
All right, do you have any grandchildren?
I have 3.
What are their ages?
2 months and 9 months.
Before you were arrested, were you employed?
I clean houses, yes, ma'am.
What's your drug of choice?
Nothing now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's be honest, sometimes
It
your
was-
drug of choice is nothing now because you're in custody.
no, I've been clean for 4 years. It was methamphetamine.
Judge, Ms. Lehmann has a mother that she has to care for, and I believe that mother is ill.
All right, so how is she clean for 4 years? In this case, it's from 2021. My math is not the best.
She wasn't using
now.
them. She wasn't using the methamphetamine. She just had it in her care and possession.
Yeah, I wasn't using it. I quit drinking, smoking, everything. I don't do anything anymore.
Right,
just
see, I
work.
don't understand why it's in her possession if she's not using.
They found it in her purse, but
I wasn't using it.
it's in her care and control, but not hers.
No.
But they couldn't identify whose it was.
So are you in a relationship?
No, ma'am. I got divorced last year.
So where are you planning on staying if you're
With my mom.
Right, and who lives with your mom?
Just me, my mom, my daughter.
And that's your adult daughter?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that the adult daughter that has children?
No, she don't have any children. My son's do.
Any other questions for me to sign?
No, Your Honor.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. I'm going to sentence you to 7 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 5 years. There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated. $60 restitution for testing. 200 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. The court is not requiring you to get the COVID vaccination, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be deducted. And for the court, that includes the full regimen, so that would include the booster shot. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once you complete the parenting classes, the remainder of the community service hours will be waived. I think you need that if at some point in time, I will allow you to babysit your grandchildren, but that's not going to happen today. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. So what that means is your children cannot say, oh, I'm just going to run here. Let me let you watch the baby. You cannot have, you understand?
Yeah, I hardly get to see him.
Well, I mean, there's a reason for that.
No, parents.
Well, here's the thing.
They're in jail.
When people don't allow you to see grandchildren, there's a reason for it. And we have to look internally and find out why. Maybe there's a child protective services case and child protective services saying no visitation. But we need to figure out what we've done.
No, I know.
You know, the reason why we can't see our grandchildren. There's going to be proof of employment within 30 days. There's going to be no employment as a home health care provider with minors or cleaning homes. I can't have you cleaning homes until or being put in any type of fiduciary duties, and your attorney will explain to you what I mean by that, until I know for sure that you're clean and sober. You understand? There's going to be intensive outpatient treatment with probation. We're going to do the UA hotline until further notice. Field visits 2 times per month, random. There's the regular reporting by Zoom or in person. What that means is probation no longer does Zoom reporting. You can't have Zoom reporting. Or if something happens and you're not allowed to report by Zoom, your phone's not working or something, you'll need to report in person. Do you understand? All right, Rebecca, is there anything else that she needs?
No, Judge, I believe you got everything.
All right, Ms.
Oh,
Lehmann.
I'm sorry. Did you mention field visits?
Yes. Field
Oh, yes,
visits.
I do got that, the 2
All
times.
right, thank you. Ms.
Thank you.
Lehmann. You're welcome. Ms. Lehmann, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, so here's the other thing. When I say you're not to work as a home healthcare provider, that means if you're taking care of your mom, you're not allowed to get funding from the government to do that. You understand?
Yeah.
All right. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak with your attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Probation will go over conditions with you. All right, who is on Fabian Vega? Yes.
I believe Mr. Sanders is the DA on this case. Right?
All right, what is happening with Mr. Baker?
I wanted to show this motion for continuance to the court. I pass it through here. Is that how it works?
Yes.
The
Just
issue.
one moment.
Oh, yes.
The prosecutor needs to be
Okay.
present. All right, is there a prosecutor available on Fabian Vega?
Yes, sir.
All right, and who is this second chair?
Robert Ramirez, Your Honor.
All right, so there were, the defense is requesting a continuance. We're gonna go on the record for it. And actually, he has two cases, so you're only requesting for the continuance in one?
Well, the case I was going today, I thought it was the murder case, Your Honor.
All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 6408 and 2020 CR 6409, State of Texas versus Fabian Vega. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
Eduardo Jimenez.
All right. State, the court is in receipt of a motion for continuance. Have you had a chance to review this motion?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Mr. Jimenez.
Yes, Judge. You appointed a second chair to this, to the defense, and his name is Robert Ramirez. He's unavailable today because he has a federal court appearance to make. And we're kindly asking for a reset for that reason, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, was the second chair appointed to this case? Because I don't see it in the docket. in the notes.
Yeah, let me withdraw that statement. There is a second chair on the case. I can't remember at this point whether he was appointed or whether he filed in as second chair. But
We're gonna find out
Yes,
because it's not listed anywhere
really, okay.
on my document sheet. And you like write it down. Hmm? Oh, he was
I
hired.
was,
Okay. So where is he?
he has a federal court appearance today, so he's not able to be here today.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, recall Mr. Vega for tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Judge, I looked at it, I don't see a compelling reason why someone on 2 state jails would have full GPS either. I know she's not doing a good job doing it. The only slight addition I have is she has 2 family violence cases, but they're sealed, so I don't think anyone knows about it. But as far as I know, she's not wanted for some murder or something crazy.
Okay, all right, thank you.
I will say, Judge, it's one of those things that I think, man, I see more people on GPS now. Like back in the day, it would only be for murders, like if you made a bond on a murder. And now it's like, they'll be on drug cases and they'll be on GPS.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
I don't know.
All right. And then on Becca, that'll be recalled for tomorrow. Thank you. All right, who's here on Roderick Wilson?
I am, Your Honor.
Yes, where's Mr. Wilson?
He's in the audience.
All right, he needs to approach.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let me see what page this is on. This one,
It's on page 9.
Thank you.
Chandler, we can move that.
All right, Carol, on Roderick Wilson, I only have one case. He has two. One is 2120. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm reading that incorrectly. That's not him. All right, we're good. Thanks. All right, so what is happening with Mr. Wilson? You tell him.
Judge, so this is one of those continuous cases where unfortunately the intake prosecutor didn't move over the first allegation over, so the misdemeanor open case. I just emailed IT and they were able to move it over. It should be available to Ms. Burke tonight on her end of the e-discovery system.
So I was wanting you to recall it next Thursday. Give me time to see it.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you recall Mr. Wilson in 2 weeks? Would that be enough time for you, Ms. Burke? Or do you have a specific date?
2 weeks is good. And can I coordinate the day with her?
Yes.
Yeah.
June 7th.
Yes.
All right, just get a reset form and we'll be back on June 7th.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
You can sit down.
Oh, Ms. Burke.
She let the drink in my gun.
Oh, we're live streaming. Just a moment. Yes, we're live streaming.
This is the one you wanted me to resend to you?
Yes.
What did you need me to do to it? I'm gonna come around.
I understand that all of this cases are not sure.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you. And you can probably talk to. Yes. Okay.
Or I forget.
Oh, okay.
Judge, we have
Just one more. Yes, she can approach. Yes.
Hey, Judge, I have Chelsea Monk, who's in the box, and I'm gonna need to file a motion for competency on her after talking to her, so we're just gonna need to get it resolved. Thank you, Judge. Pretty flowers. Pretty flowers. Very beautiful. Yes.
Miss Ferguson. Norma. I need a date on month and it's gonna be a conference. All right, just make sure you have a file or if you would like.
Either way, I can file it, Judge.
Okay, all right,
Thank you, Judge.
All right, the court is calling Christopher Chandler. Who are the parties on Christopher Chandler? And where is Christopher Chandler?
Judge, he's in the hallway. All I'm asking for is a short reset. It'll be a plea. He thought today's setting was a Zoom, which I did as well. And so he's a manager at like Church's Chicken. And he told me to be back by noon. Plus he wants to talk to his mother about the plea. But
So he needs to come inside the courtroom.
what's that?
He needs to be in the courtroom.
I had him in the hallway because I was talking. Okay.
All right, sure. All right, what is happening? All right, everyone needs to whisper, please.
Judge, I'd like to get a reset for the Mr. Chandler. As well as we thought that the setting was by Zoom. He arranged with work to be out till noon. And secondly, he wants to just inform his mother and family what he's doing. We have an agreement with the DA. If I could do a short, well, relatively short, I'm leaving. I'm going to be out of the country for 2 weeks.
All right, we can bring this back on Thursday. Thursday.
Well, I'm out Thursday. I'm out.
Are you out tomorrow?
Yes, I leave. I got to go pick up my daughter at Tulane, go to graduation, then I come back, and then I fly to Germany. And so, if we could do like mid-June.
Now, see, here's the thing. I don't know what's going to happen with Germany. Some people, they go overseas, they get stuck overseas, and they don't come back for months.
I'm going to come back.
I mean, I know you're going to try to come back, but I don't know what's happening. So Do you have work today?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
What time is your work?
I was supposed to be there at open. I'm an assistant manager at Jiffy Lube. So I was supposed to be there at 8. Work Monday through Saturday, 8 through 6. I was supposed to be there today at 8 o'clock, but I had court. I thought I was gonna be through Zoom, and I was noticed this late yesterday. So in my mind, I was already telling my manager, "Hey, I have a Zoom call. I need to take care of issues today." But when I called the clerk office, they said I have to come down here in person. So through my past court experiences, I mean, sometimes I kind of got out here around like 11:30 or so. I told my boss I'll be back probably around like lunchtime, so we can start running lunches. But I didn't know that I was gonna have to be here today.
Okay, so are you working at Jiffy Lube or?
I thought it was churches, and that's what I said.
I mean,
It's
are
church.
No, ma'am. I work at Jiffy Lube over at St. Pedro and Thousand Oaks.
Okay. Because I'm like, are they chicken at the Jiffy Lube? You can get your.
No,
chicken.
that was my
I don't know
mistake.
what time. I mean, at one time I did work for my uncle at Wings Wings, but
That's what I was.
Yeah, I
Okay.
worked at Wings Wings out of one time.
All right, how old are you?
I'm 23. So.
All right, so how long is it gonna take for you to speak to your mom?
Not long. I mean, I can talk to her soon. It's just I'm not here. I usually come to court. Where is my mom's a teacher? She teaches at Masters Elementary School, so she couldn't come here with me today. So I'm just here by myself. I usually come to court with my mom and my stepbrother. I'm just by myself. Like I said, it was a short notice. It happened within the day. I wasn't aware that I was happening. So like I said, stuff kind of got. I don't want to say not confusing, but it just they didn't plan out how I expected. Thought it was okay.
Okay, so when are you asking for this to reset?
Judge, well, let me check. And we can also have all the paperwork done in advance. June 14th would work.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, are you able to put Mr. Chandler for a plea on June 14th?
It's a Tuesday.
In person. Now, if he wants to do it in Zoom, it will have to be on another day, but we'll keep you in.
Should we do it by Zoom? I mean, with that.
If I could, I'd appreciate that. Just so if I could do it by Zoom, I could just take like an hour or two off and just clock on so I can go back to work without having to come down here if you allow that.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, what's a Zoom date? June 16th.
16th works too. Thank you, Judge.
All right, and if you all want to, you can fill out the paperwork now and we can just put it on June 16th. That way there's no, my system is not working, my system is down.
Let me see if, yeah, let me see. Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Brittany, can you see Mark on the docket? Mark? All right, thank you. All right, here, who's here for Hoyle Aguilar? All right, and where is Mr. Aguilar?
He's over there in the box.
All right, Deputy, could you have Mr. Aguilar come up? All right, what is happening with Mr. Aguilar?
Judge, this is the second setting. I've given some information to Michelle, to the prosecutor today, for them, asking them to check into it. I've been given an offer. We're trying to see exactly some of the facts in the case here. Could make a difference in how we proceed.
All right, do you have all of the discovery?
I do. I think I have it all. Yes.
All right, Ms. Ferguson on Hoyle Aguilar, can I have a 30-day reset for a pre-deadline date? Mr. Aguilar, that's the date where you need to let the court know whether or not you want a jury trial or whether or not you're going to accept the state's offer. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. All right, so we're going to come back on June 21st. Mr. Aguilar, don't wander around.
No, I told.
Oh, you did? Okay, thank you. All right, Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form. All right, who's on Petra Calderon?
I also know that case.
Okay.
There's six cases.
Yes.
She's in the box over there.
All right, Deputy here, could Petra Calderon come forward? All right, so all of there is a felon in possession, unauthorized use, aggravated robbery, aggravated robbery, aggravated robbery, aggravated robbery. Where are you?
This is first setting. She was indicted last month. I've talked to Marcos. This is going to be his cases.
I'm sorry, whose cases?
Marcos.
Marcus.
Yeah.
Okay, Marcos.
Marcos. Yeah.
All right, I was like, who is Marcos?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got to review these. He's gonna see if he can get a package offer and give it to him.
All right, State, when will you have an offer for the defense?
There's a lot of stuff. Half of the box over here are her cases. So.
Oh, no, I understand.
Yeah, Judge, since there's at least 3 or 4 victims, we would ask for regular reset 30 days.
Okay, so at that time, will you be able to tender him an offer?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson on Petra Calderon, if I can have a 30-day reset, please.
June 21st also.
Yes, and we'll give you a reset form.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
If I get anything, I'll let you know.
Thank you. Caroline, are you in these files though? Because I stopped putting them there. I just hand them to you. I didn't know you. I was like, they're moving really quickly. All right, who is the attorney on Felicia? Ramon? Come on. All right, what is happening with this case?
On this case, Your Honor, the state has made an offer. It's a two-part offer. The first part is the state would like for my client to plead to a misdemeanor theft case that is out of County Court 2. However, I am not the attorney on that case. I have spoken with the attorney about 5-10 minutes ago. He's going to call County Court 2 to figure out what he needs to do. He is currently on his way to his brother's wedding because he told me his brother's getting married Wednesday at noon.
All right, does his brother want him at his wedding?
I don't know.
I always ask people that.
And so once my client pleads to that case, we can then plead to this case and finish up this matter.
All right, who's the prosecutor on this case?
Step outside to make a call.
All right, just give us a moment. This is on mute, please. All right, this is gonna be.
No.
All right, who are the parties on Melissa Morales?
Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 2357, State of Texas versus Melissa Morales. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Michael Villarreal for the state.
Donald Wilson for the defense.
All right, and are you Miss Morales?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I need for you to speak up so that the court. reporter
Yes,
can
Your
hear.
Honor.
All right, that's good. All right, defense is showing you the discovery acknowledgement. So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Morales, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor. Cease proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, family member, or household member.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Ms. Morales, I'm going to show you what's entitled court's admonishments and defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement? If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you. You will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this cause number? Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, family, and household as a class A misdemeanor? The range of punishment for that offense is up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if a motion to revoke or file in the court were to grant that motion, the court could sentence you up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, she has, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, she does.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, I believe so.
Ms. Morales, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No one.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No one.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived the right to jury trial, showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, family, or household. They're asking for a $750 fine, recommending deferred adjudication, and there's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent? Did you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you understand that to be the entirety of your agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the agreement?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waive of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There'll be 80 hours of community service restitution, no harmful or injurious contact with Valentina Vasquez, hostility and aggression control course, and no firearm possession. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state? And the court does not have to follow those recommendations. Then to the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, family, or household. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, please.
All right, state, do you have any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, sir. At this time, state offers state's exhibit number 1 and its attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
Ms. Morales, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
I need you to speak up.
Yes,
Did
Your
you-
Honor.
Did you understand
Yes, Your Honor.
that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to the stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Out the court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, this is an unfortunate situation where obviously my client and her mother have some issues that they have to resolve, but they, at this point, have no contact. And I think completing the deferred will be something that Ms. Morales can accomplish. And so we'd ask you to follow through.
All right, how old are you?
49.
I'm sorry?
49, Your Honor.
How many children do you have?
4, Your Honor.
What are their ages?
30, 29, 24, and 18.
And do any of them live with you?
One, my second oldest, Your Honor.
So the person you hit was your mother.
Yes.
So do
Yes,
you
Your
live
Honor.
with your mother or no?
No, Your Honor.
What do you do for a living?
I'm not working right now, but
my previous employer wants me to go back to work with that.
All right, just one second. This just needs to be to the front. Yeah. All right, and what were you doing?
Room attendant.
What is that?
Housekeeping. I used to work at a hotel.
Okay, so housekeeping at a hotel.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, how far did you go in school?
10th grade.
Is there a reason for that?
I had gotten pregnant with my oldest son.
Okay. All right. Is there any other questions from either side?
No, you don't.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to $750 fine. That'll be probated. 2 years deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. And state, is Miss Vasquez aware of what's happening?
I don't know necessarily today, but we've extensively spoken to her in the past, and she's communicated to us her desire for us to proceed with this plea, and specifically as it relates to no harmful injurious contact, that she wants to have contact with her daughter.
All right. 80 hours of community service restitution, 40 of those hours will be waived. If you provide proof of the COVID vaccination, I'm not requiring anyone to get the COVID vaccination, but if you obtain it, 40 of those hours will be waived. There's to be the hostility and aggression course. No firearm possession. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. With regards to Valentina Vasquez, you can have telephone contact only. And defense, I'll reconsider that once she's taken some of the aggression courses. So the probation, there's only to be telephone contact with Valentina Vasquez.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll do random UAs, field visits, regular, one time per month. Rebecca, is there anything else she needs? I'm sorry. There's to be regular reporting. And that can be by Zoom or in person. So what does that mean? That means that if for some reason you're not able to Zoom, or if probation doesn't allow Zooming, you're to do it in person, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Rebecca, is there anything else she needs?
No, ma'am.
Is there anything else you need from me, Ms. Morales, to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And also because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a question over what weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and so the record can be clear. My understanding, there was a warrant, so I'll ask that the warrant be recalled. All right, we can go off the record. Ms. Morales?
Yes, Your
You only
Honor.
get one mother in this life. No matter how the arguments get, you should not be hitting your mom. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You only get one. Don't be that person like the movie Imitation of Life. Have you seen Imitation of Life? Where she mistreated her mother, then her mother dies and she's running behind the carriage, screaming and crying. Don't be that person, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. And if she wants to send her mother flowers or something, she's more than free to do that. Just no in-person contact. All right, who is Robert here for Robert Andrade? All right, and is this on today's docket?
It's not, Judge. I conferred with the state and they're not in agreement. I was just gonna ask if we need to set it for a hearing or would.
What are we asking?
He just wants to get partial, so he go to work, Judge. He's on full house arrest. It's a stalking case.
All right, just speak with Ms. Ferguson and she'll put it on the docket as soon as possible.
Okay.
All right, who's here on Jose Garcia? Jose Guadalupe Garcia. And are we back on Fabian Vega? Yes.
Morning again.
Good morning.
Judge, this is Robert Ramirez, the second chair. I just wanted to give him an opportunity to explain why today and tomorrow he's going to be unavailable. That's because in our previous conversation, you had ordered us to come back tomorrow. Go, would you like to address the board?
If I may, Your Honor.
All right, if everyone can be quiet, please. And Mr. Sanders, you're on this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. The attorney's just explaining to me why he's not available for tomorrow.
Yes, Your Honor, I had a federal trial in Laredo, Texas, going the last week in April, and the court set the final arguments and other deadlines for tomorrow.
Okay.
So unfortunately, when I received the notice, he didn't ask, does that conflict with anything? And he just said it. And then I realized afterwards that it was going to conflict with the proceedings here that were scheduled for today. So I asked for a limited continuance, Your Honor, to allow time. After tomorrow, I'm free for whatever the court wants to schedule the case.
All right, let's go on the record, Brennan. So we're back on the record in 2020 CR 6408. And I'm going to have parties announced for the record for the state.
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense.
Eduardo Jimenez.
Robert Ramirez.
All right, so the court is in receipt of a motion for continuance, and Mr. Ramirez, if you could explain on the record your request.
Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, a conflict arose in which a federal judge scheduled a proceedings continuing a trial that started in the last week of April for tomorrow. We're supposed to wrap up with closing arguments on tomorrow because it is a bench trial. And we asked, and I was planning to leave today to finish up preparation for that argument today and to get into Laredo, wake up tomorrow in Laredo, Texas. But we expect it will only be one day and I'll be free after that, the 18th.
All right. State, do you have any objections?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I'm going to grant the motion. Ms. Ferguson, can we put this on the jury trial list as soon as possible? And what date will that be? Okay. All right, just have a seat and we're going to hit the date.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Vega. The jury trial is June 21st. So everyone put that in the calendar.
Very good, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You'll need to sign a reset form. All right. All right, are the parties here on Jose Garcia?
Yes, Your Honor.
So it's your birthday month.
It is, Judge. Friday was my birthday.
And you're still working instead of taking the entire month. I'm pushing.
I wish. I
Yeah.
wish.
All right, so happy birthday.
Thank you.
What is happening with Mr. Garcia?
Your Honor, he has 2 charges. I conferred with him. First of all, he is asking for more time because I think he's actually hiring an attorney. I have continued to confer with the state. I did get a recent offer and I tried to go over that with him. And he's not quite sure he understands. He tells me that he has bipolar. And he has a learning disability, Your Honor. And so I think he needs a little bit more time to discuss this plea offer with his family, but also more time to possibly hire an attorney. Bottom line, he needs more time. And so we are asking for a reset.
All right, are you planning on hiring an attorney?
I'm looking at doing that now.
No, it's either you're planning on hiring an attorney and you're taking steps to do it, or you're not.
No, I am.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, on Jose Garcia, let's recall this in 3 weeks. You need to come back. If you're gonna have another attorney, you need to come back with that attorney in 3 weeks. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And we're gonna get a date.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you have all the discovery?
I'm not sure, Judge. I'm gonna double check on that.
But an offer has been tendered.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you back on June 13th.
Yes, ma'am.
You're gonna receive a reset form.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're gonna appear in person always. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see. Let's do the reset form.
And Ms. Thorne?
Yes, ma'am.
Your client was late.
I'm sorry?
Your client was late.
Okay. Well, I'm obviously very late, but I
Yes.
just informed
So
Norma.
let him know he's not to be here late anymore.
And 9 o'clock is normally docket time.
Yes.
Okay. I will inform him. Yes.
All right, thank you. And I'm sorry, can I have the, yes, I can have that back, just briefly.
What is that?
For the parties on Demetrius Jackson. All right, your client was late this morning. Why is that? Yes.
I was the one with the ironing. And when you gave me my Zoom, I didn't know until the last minute that we supposed to be back into regular court.
Okay.
And then me trying to find around and everything at the same time.
All right, make sure that you're on time, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what is happening with, and I'm glad that you bring up the fact that you were ironing.
Yes,
Other
ma'am.
people try to pretend like it never happened.
I didn't know. That's my fault.
All right. What is happening?
Judge, we've conferred. They've made me an offer. I'd like to think about it. I also need to get the discovery. I'm having a hard time downloading that, so I'm gonna bring in the flash drive. I've talked to 3 technicians.
So when are you gonna bring the flash drive?
Hopefully tomorrow. Judge.
All right, and State, will you be ready to download the discovery?
Yes,
For the attorney?
Yes.
Yeah, we've talked about it.
Okay, all right, Ms. Ferguson, on Mr. Jackson, can I have a 30-day reset, please? All right, we'll be back on June 23rd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And the coordinator will do your reset form.
Right, thank you.
You're welcome.
And we'd be excused.
Yes, after you sign the form and everything. Sure. Everyone, the court is taking its break at 12. So anything that is not done, you'll need to come back this afternoon.
Yes. I'll send it to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, one of your emails. It's not.
Thanks. Can't wait to look at you about 5 minutes. Oh, the original.
Cameron Cell?
Yes. You want me to bring him up, Judge?
Yes. All right, what is happening with this case?
Judge, with this case, I filed a motion to set aside the indictment. The state agrees with me that it's a faulty indictment. In 0703. However, rather than urge that hearing and just have the state dismiss it, where my client would have, or then they would re-indict it, then he'd be forced to post another bond. I believe the state is going to re-indict under the same JN number, so that way he won't have to post another bond, and then dismiss this current indictment. And so we would just be asking for more time to allow that to happen.
All right, when is this going to happen?
Within,
I always ask these questions.
it's important. Judge, this one is a little different than the others because I want to speak to the officer before I re-indict. He called me back this morning, so I think I'll be able to speak to him sometime this week. And so I think sometime next week would be.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Cameron Cell. Give me a 45-day reset.
45?
Yes.
What did the person do?
Yes.
I can do July 18th.
All right, July 18th.
Okay.
And I'll give you a reset one.
Thank you, Judge. And I also have a motion to allow travel out of county, if we could take that up too.
All right, have you conferred with the state?
I have, Judge.
Is there going to be an objection?
No objection as long as any conditions of that he's currently on. Go with it.
All right, just give me a moment. That's 234.
Okay.
Yes.
And I had to amend the dates on that order, Judge.
Okay.
So I crossed some of those out.
Okay, the case that's being re-indicted is the attempted case.
Yes, sir.
Caroline. Can you make sure that even though the state is re-indicting and dismissing that, we still keep this file? All right, thank you. All right, what conditions is he on?
He's currently on GPS partial house arrest for work with a curfew judge. The motion to travel would be from May 6th through May 30th to allow him to go to his twin brother's high school graduation here in San Antonio. His curfew, I believe, is for 6:30, but is that right? 7. The curfew is for 7, but the graduation starts at 7. That would be at the Alamo Dome, and he's just requesting that evening he'd be allowed to go to the graduation and then out to eat afterwards. And
Okay,
then from
what date is that?
that is May 26th.
May 26th. So what time is he asking for?
To come back?
No, I mean, from beginning to end.
Probably 11, maybe 10, 10:30.
What, 10:38? No, I mean, when he's leaving the house, what time is he leaving?
Oh, I would assume 5:30 or something like that.
5:36.
Okay, 5:30 PM to when?
Possibly 10:30, maybe 11 because of dinner.
Yeah,
Okay, where are you all having dinner at?
I don't think they know yet, Judge. That's to be determined. I just don't know.
All right,
how
so
long.
here's the thing. I'm inclined to grant that, but I need some specifics because I just can't have him out
Okay.
until 11 at night with GPS.
How about, because I don't know how long the graduation will take.
Well, no,
probably-
I mean, just find out from the family if you could, where is dinner gonna be?
Okay.
And let the family know they can't go to a place and then it's an hour wait, oh, we're going somewhere else. Because it's gonna show up that you're in a location that you shouldn't be. So, Mr. Navy, if you can give me that information.
Okay.
And, you know, I will grant that.
I can probably get that for you right now and just come right back up.
Okay, you can come back up, but before you leave, the next thing is,
The next thing is, and this would be the trip itself would be to Maybank, Texas for his cousin's high school graduation and to celebrate him and his twin brother's birthday that weekend with family.
is this his first cousin?
Yes, first cousin, correct?
Yes. It's fair.
Okay. And then on the way back.
Does
from-
his first cousin want him there? Because his twin brother wanted him at his graduation. Sometimes people don't want to say, they depend on me to tell them
Yeah.
to deny it.
I haven't heard anything that anybody doesn't want him there.
So
I'll
they
put
can
it that way.
say, we really wanted
Yeah.
you, but that judge
Yeah.
wouldn't let you. So, okay.
And then on the way back, would request to visit his grandfather in Athens, Texas, who is not doing too well physically. And he hasn't seen the grandchildren in about 3 years. So just on the way back, since they are in that area, to visit him on the way back to San Antonio. And then on May 30th, he would arrive back in San Antonio before its curfew.
All right. And you were raising your hand?
Grandfather's house is like in between on the way back, so it would just be like a stop and go.
Okay. Who's driving?
His mother.
All right. So if you would give me the motion with the dates and the times. And if there's going to be some stops along the way for this Ma Bank or Maybank, how do you pronounce that?
Maybank.
There's no Y there.
There's a
I
lot.
guess it's I guess the A is a long A.
There's a lot of cities in Texas that have weird pronunciations.
And where is Maybank, Texas?
Over by Athens, Texas, I would assume.
Where is Athens, Texas?
Is it by Dallas?
I could be wrong.
Brendan, I'm not going to call you as a witness. Where is Athens, Texas?
I think it's close to Dallas area, but it's close to Dallas.
All right, so Norma, it seems you're up in your geography. So where's Maybank? Maybank, Texas.
That's why she got lost.
All right, so I need the times for the Maybank. Dave, do you have any objection to him going to his first cousin's graduation? He's not driving.
No, Judge.
All right. And do you have any objections to him stopping off to visit his grandfather?
No.
All right. So here's the thing. You're on GPS, right? And now you want to see your grandfather. You should have saw him when you were not on GPS. And I say that because people always want to do extra things when they're on GPS. So when you go see your grandfather, make sure you listen to his stories because grandfathers and grandmothers they usually have some good wisdom to impart if young children and young people would only sit down and listen. You understand? And listen actively. So when you see your grandfather, don't be pulling out your cell phone and texting other people and playing games. Spend it actively with your grandfather.
Treat it like this.
Yes, exactly like this. All right, so if you'll give me that information and then
Okay.
I will take care of it today.
Okay, thank you. Do you want me to get you an order? Just to
Yes,
list all the
and you can,
specific.
yes, and you can email it.
I'll
Just
email.
include the state in the email.
Okay, sounds good. I'll email that to you later today, Judge.
All right, and make sure you get your reset form for this first.
Judge, when you approach on Henry Luna, I don't know if we need to announce.
You need to file.
I'll take a look.
All right, who are the parties on Jesse Sanchez? Attorney for Jesse Sanchez?
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 2677, State of Texas versus Jesse Gilbert Sanchez. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Right, River for the state of Texas.
for the defense?
Suzanne Kramer.
And are you Mr. Sanchez?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Sanchez, I'm showing you what's titled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Pardon?
Yes, ma'am.
I need to make
I'm gonna need you to speak up.
She needs to hear you. She needs.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We're not, Judge. We're waiving the repeater enhancement.
No objection.
Mr. Sanchez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with burglary of a habitation by force? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you enter a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you are giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. Sanchez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
You just said no.
All right. So, you're saying that you're not satisfied with the way you've been represented?
I don't know, I hear voices.
Okay, so here's my question for you. Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Okay, are you a US citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there any question over Mr. Sanchez's competency or no?
I have never had any until this one moment when he just said slowly under his voice, but I don't want to lose his plea bargain because it was a good plea bargain. I thought that he hears voices. That's the first time he's ever said anything like that to me. All of my conversations with him have been coherent.
All right, do you want to talk to him in private about that?
I take deals.
I can let him know the implications of what he's saying and if he wants to proceed or not. But he has absolutely been very coherent and able to talk to me about this case.
All right, if you, Mr. Sanchez, would you like to speak with your attorney before we go forward?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Henry Luna.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yes. Yes, so what is happening with this case?
We received an offer. We also found that there's a discovery issue in the 2022 CR 0201 case. That the prosecutor has already reached out to the detective on that. So we just need to resolve that issue.
All right, and what is the discovery issue?
There seems to be missing reports and missing videos both.
And that's in 0201?
Correct.
And what videos are missing?
So Judge, we have the offense report, but it alludes to a different, basically police being there before and talking with parties. And so the reports related to that, as well as body cam and co-van videos that might be associated with those as well. That might include statements from witnesses and the victim.
All right. So Ms. Ferguson or Mr. Luna, if I can have a jury trial date in 45 days. Will that give everyone enough time to solve the issues?
I believe so. We've already reached out to the detective on the case
Okay.
today about those specific issues.
And just for the jury trial date, just another clarification, we're not losing our ability to plead.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think it's your last. All right, your jury trial date and your plea deadline date is going to be July 11th. Do you understand, Mr. Luna?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the coordinator will give you a reset form.
Thank you.
And you'll need to appear in person, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Ms. Kramer?
Yes, Judge, I spoke to Mr. Sanchez. I mean, like I said, I've never gotten any hint that there was anything like that going on. He says he's fine. He doesn't really know why he said it. And I explained to him the competency evaluation process, and he wants to continue going forward today.
If we can have Mr. Sanchez come up. We're gonna go back on the record on 2022 CR 2677. All right, and Ms. Kramer. Oh, for some reason, nothing's. All right, I have it.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Kramer, did you have a chance to speak with your client?
I did, Judge.
And do you have any concerns with continuing this plea?
I do not.
And do you believe Mr. Sanchez is competent?
I have always believed that. I have never thought any other way.
And Mr. Sanchez, do you wish to continue with this plea?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm showing you a document entitled plea bargain agreement. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? I'm sorry, Brenda, just one moment. So, Mr. Sanchez, are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a US citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Now I'll show you a plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the prison. There's a $500 fine. and there is no application, and the state will take in consideration county court cause number 675012. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement, Mr. Sanchez?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea bargain
It
agreement.
is, Judge.
State is at the plea bargain agreement.
It is, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
There are not.
Right, then, Mr. Sanchez, to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
Yes, Judge, Shade would offer state's exhibit number 1 and all attachments.
Any objections?
No objection, Judge.
Mr. Sanchez, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to the stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We will go along with the plea bargain, Judge.
All right, then the court is finding you guilty. The court has sentenced you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $500 fine, time and money to rank concurrent, taking consideration county court cause number 675012. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
No, Judge.
Not from the defense, Judge.
All right, Mr. Sanchez, I'm showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Sanchez, good luck to you. If there are drug issues, then you need to take care of those, all right? Because otherwise, you gotta come back here. And what I can tell you about drugs, sometimes, well, not sometimes, the majority of the times, drugs will mess up the brain, all right?
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes. All right, the parties on Felicia, Ramon. Court is calling 2022 CR 1656, State of Texas versus Felicia Marie Ramon. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the
Dominguez for
defense?
defense.
And are you Miss Ramon?
Yes.
All right, defense, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Next, Ms. Ramon, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Ramon, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand what you're charged with possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 to 4 grams? That's a 3rd-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Ramon, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial, showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. This is run concurrent with County Court Clause number 647410. State will take in consideration night bag number 655712. County Court Clause number 664546. There's to be $57 to SAPD for drug testing. No contact with Saha or Walmarts in Bexar County or Texas thrift stores. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
Defense is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
State is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it in both places?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have any such motions?
No, Your Honor. None have been filed.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There'll be a top evaluation, 100 hours of community service restitution, and CATs 1 and 2. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offense is charged in indictment. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contact.
State any evidence.
Yes, state offer states Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
Ms. Ramon, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
All right, the court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding you guilty as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, my client understands charge against her and she wishes to do better in marijuana life. So we asked the court to grant deferred adjudication to give her a chance to not have this conviction on her life.
All right. How many children do you have?
3.
What are their ages?
8, 6, and 4.
Where are they now?
With their dad?
All right, is Child Protective Services involved?
No.
All right, when's the last time you saw your children?
A couple months.
Okay. And have you been employed?
No.
Why not?
No, I just haven't worked. I mean, I've done side jobs, but not a job.
But why not? When's the last time you had a job where you received a paycheck?
Probably like a year. I plan on getting a job though when I get out.
But why were you not working before?
I just had to work. They were taking care of me.
I'm sorry, what?
My friend was taking care of me.
All right. When you're on probation out of this court, I require people to have employment.
Okay.
You understand?
Mhm.
You need to be self-sufficient and depend upon yourself.
Okay.
Because when things go haywire, you can always say, well, I have a job, I can financially support myself. You understand?
Okay. Yes.
So how often have you been using?
I mean,
Here's the
once in a
thing.
while. It's like maybe twice a day.
All right, and what were you using 2 times per day?
Meth.
So that's the reason why you can't be in your children's lives right now, because you're using drugs. You're gonna have to change that if you want to be in their life. And you're gonna have to change that if you plan to be successful on this probation, okay?
Okay.
All right, so how far did you go in school?
I graduated.
All right, so what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
I don't know yet.
I guess my question is,
I
what
don't
do you
know
want,
yet.
what do you want to be when you grow up?
I mean, I was a dental assistant. I've been a dental, but I mean, I guess I'm gonna get a job. I
But
don't know
mean,
what
doing
yet.
What's your dream job?
I don't even know.
All right, that's something you need to start figuring
Yeah.
out, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because otherwise, you're just wading through life.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is gonna do. There's a $500 fine, that'll be prorated. 4 years deferred adjudication. Cats 1 and 2. And my understanding, cats 1 and 2 is anti-theft course.
Mhm.
I can give it to you in 2 seconds. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. And when people ask you to leave a property, leave a property. You understand?
Okay.
And the bins that you are taking things from and just flinging them everywhere, someone has to clean that up. Every time people do things like that, you need to understand that somebody else has to clean that up. When people litter on the ground and just drop paper on the ground, guess what? Somebody has to clean that up. So let's make everybody else's job easier by following the rules, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna want parenting classes. There's to be 100 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide the COVID vaccination. That includes the booster. I'm not requiring anyone to get the COVID vaccination, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be deducted. The remaining of the hours will be deducted once you complete the parenting classes. You understand?
Okay.
Proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. I will reconsider that once she completes the parenting classes.
Yes, Your Honor.
There's $57 restitution to SAPD for laboratory testing. There's to be no contact with Saha. So you're gonna have to get your place on your own, you understand? Or Walmart's. You have to go somewhere else other than Walmart.
Okay.
And Texas thrift store. Does that include Goodwill?
I believe that was the intention, Judge. No Goodwill, Salvation Army. So,
All right, no Goodwill, Salvation Army. And there's a chance I may change that, but you're gonna have to prove yourself, okay?
Okay.
There's to be intensive outpatient treatment with probation, the UA hotline, field visits, random, 3 times per month. Do you have a place to live?
Yes.
Who are you gonna be living with?
My mom.
All right, don't go to your mom's house bringing drama and trauma to her doorstep, okay?
Okay.
Because you live at your mom's house, you need to follow her rules. So if she have a curfew, even though you're an adult, you gotta follow her curfew. Are there any children in that household?
No.
And Rebecca, when you do the field visits, make sure there are no minors in that household.
Yes, ma'am.
And when I say no unsupervised contact with minors, that means that if for some reason a grandchild is visiting your grandmother and she's running to the grocery store and she says, hey, I'm just gonna be around the corner for a second, you need to tell her, no, you're not allowed to do that, okay? There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. So if for any reason you can't report by Zoom, you need to report by person, you understand? Rebecca, is there anything else that she needs?
Judge, did you announce the case to run concurrent and the TIC cases?
Oh, you are on it. Thank you. All right. This is run concurrent with County Court cause number 647410. Taking consideration the following cause numbers: NIMAG number 655712, County Court cause number 664546. All right, is there anything, Ms. Ramon, that you need from me?
No.
Just a quick clarification for the court. The county court number that is going to be run concurrent with this matter has not been taken care of yet.
Okay. All right, the court understands.
I am not the attorney on that matter. I have spoken with the attorney and he is going to get on that. So I just want to make sure that probation doesn't hurt my client for still being incarcerated while that case is.
Oh, no, they will not. And I will tell you, anytime that a motion to revoke is filed, I actually read through the entire motion to revoke. I just don't sign.
Okay, fair enough. Your Honor.
All right.
And then on the booster matter, I believe they're asking for 2 boosters now. So is that 1 or 2 that my client would take? 2?
The full regiment.
Fair enough. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ramon. I'm showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank
And
you.
Rebecca, can you see, I know there's a wait list in felony drug court, but could you see maybe she could be considered for that?
So you want to add the felony drug court on to the conditions?
Because I actually think that would be a better placement for her, but let's just see if they're available. They have a wait list.
Is that while in custody, Judge?
She's still in custody on the county court case, so yes. Ms. Ramon, felony drug court will be able to visit you no later than next week. They still may be able to get to visit you today, okay? I just want to make sure that I'm not sending you out into the world without the tools you need to remain clean and sober. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Who's on Felicia Sosa? Oh, sorry. Priscilla Sosa. Where's Priscilla Sosa? You come forward. All right, what is happening?
Judge, we're missing video. I've sent a second request to the BCSO video request email with the body worn and the code ban as well.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you recall Ms. Sosa for 30 days, please?
Judge, I had filed a motion April 14th
All
regarding
right,
the
just
GPS.
one
Sorry.
second. All right, we're gonna come back on June 14th. And what is your other issue?
Motion I filed on April 14th regarding the GPS. Mr. Groomer had agreed with it at the time, but you had asked me to file a motion, which I did. Ms. Sosa would like to be able to go find a job.
All right, so the motion I have is to waive the GPS fees, and also he's requesting tracking only.
I was okay, at the time, Judge, I think, and still, we have no objection to that,
So no objection to tracking only.
tracking only. Or the fees being waived.
Okay, so let me just tell you the court's concerns. Ms. Sosa, I don't take any of this as true, but you're charged with possession with intent to deliver over 400 grams. And this tracking then is basically saying she can go to El Paso or. And so I have concerns with her just going to El Paso.
The judge, she actually has a case pending in El Paso, and El Paso did not come to get her. So when she posted bond on our case, the jail ended up releasing her, but she still needs to resolve that case.
I mean, I don't have a problem with her going to El Paso if it's for her criminal case there. But just her just roaming about the city when she's charged with possession over 400
Doesn't
grams.
she have to ask for permission to leave the county, Judge?
Not if we're just doing tracking only. She can basically go where she wants to go. So I'm going to do partial GPS. She's allowed to work and she's allowed to take care of any legal matters she has in El Paso.
And as far as partial, is that a certain time of the day, the morning, the afternoon, that she'll need to look for before started to get a job? She has some ideas. She's done house cleaning
All
before.
right. I will give her from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. to look for employment.
And once you get a job, then you'll report to your pretrial officer and what your hours are going to be and all that.
All right, is there anything else?
Judge, are you waiving the fees?
Yes.
Thank you. That's it from us.
All right. Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Just make sure.
We know she's. She's Texas.
I just want to make sure that I did.
All right, I'll see everyone back at 1:30. The court is taking its break.
Okay.